So we're going to have a test speech right now. This is one that Stephen's going to evaluate. And we have the privilege of having Larry Langston, one of our members, come up and speak with us. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. Just a little about Larry. He stumbled across the name Ralph Smedley and the story of Toastmasters while taking the Dale Carnegie course in 1980. Intrigued, Larry searched for a local club in Augusta, Georgia, and to his delight discovered the Georgia-Carolina Toastmasters. And Larry has been holding back on us. Larry's communication and leadership skills developed rapidly as he served as Sergeant at Arms, Vice President of Education, and President. His participation in area, regional, and state speaking contests further honed his presentation skills and earned him an award, Toastmaster of the Year.
Whoa! Whoa!
When he moved to Lake Mary, he located Toastmasters Club 6440 by searching the internet. He immediately joined and began sharpening his speaking and leadership abilities. He credits the skilled evaluators of the club for his current progress. His speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and it's titled, "Is Someone Watching Me?" It is from the Confident Communicators Manual, Project 4, How to Say It. Please help me welcome Larry Langston. Is someone watching me?
Thank you, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, and guest Toastmasters from our fellow clubs in the area. Is someone watching me? Last Tuesday, I was awakened in a small, dingy, very unattractive hotel room in Wasi, Ghana, West Africa. And I leaped out of bed when I remembered that today we're going deep into the bush forest. And so I prepared myself, we ran downstairs and threw our backpacks into the trunk of the small blue BMW 318i, version 1993. Oh, we jumped into the car, we're so excited about our day, we're painfully disappointed when the car would not start. So we got out and 3 of us pushed the car across the courtyard. The driver popped the clutch, it would not start because there was not enough room to move the car forward. So we pushed it back up the hill again, opened wide the double creaking metal gates into a dusty, hot, dirty street, which was inclined downward, which was perfect. So we pushed the car out, got behind it, got some speed. The driver popped the clutch again, the tire screeched, the motor coughed, and then began to run smoothly. And we were elated. We got in and we were ready to get on the road, which we did. 8.5 minutes later, we topped a hill, the second car in a string of cars, to find a large tractor trailer coming our way on our side, and his trailer had overturned, was totally blocking the highway. It had been carrying a large load of cement bags. Now its trailer was on the side, crumpled, twisted like a broken toy. The cars rapidly piled up on either side. And the truck from the other direction decided, yes, there's room, I can sneak around, and I'm watching, I'm going, there he goes, wow, and he turns over and logs go everywhere. Now people are yelling and screaming and arguing, and Ghanaians, they get right in each other's face, and they get very loud, and you're expecting violence to break out at any moment. And I've never seen anyone touch another person, but they get very loud and very heated. And these are people that had nothing to do with what was going on, but everybody had an opinion, including me, and I explained how this would have to transpire to correct the situation, which they did, exactly. And about an hour plus later, the road was clear. We got back in the car and headed toward the deep bush. Suddenly I was startled by a question. What would have happened if our car had started immediately that morning when we were preparing to leave? It's highly likely we could have topped that hill at a high rate of speed with no place to go, no way to evade, no options. We could have found ourselves right in the middle of that scene. I would not be speaking here tonight. And the second question I asked myself, is somebody watching over me? And I said, yes, I believe so. On Wednesday, we're making a trip to another area, and we stopped for fuel, which by the way is $16 a gallon. That makes you feel better. And I'm in the back seat. My place of honor is in the front, and everywhere I go they insist on riding in the front. I insist on riding in the back because there's more room. And I can enjoy myself. So I'm sitting in the back seat, and usually the first thing I do when the car stops is I quickly roll the window down to allow any breezes that might be available to gently waft through the car. And for some reason, no apparent reason, I didn't roll the window down. And the attendant reaches for the hose to fuel the car and turns, and when she does, a torrent of explosive, pungent gasoline splashes all over my window, across the top of the car and across the trunk. And immediately my friends and associates start running around. They're upset, they're confused, chaos, pandemonium is happening everywhere. They're grabbing towels, rags, trying to wipe the car off, and I'm sitting there quietly observing the chaos, hoping that the hot exhaust does not ignite fumes. All is well, we wash the car and we start down the road. I ask myself again, is someone watching over me? What if I did what I always do? Put the window down. My face is looking outward. Can you imagine the full load of gasoline in my face, on my clothes? I have a phone charger. Could have really been a different story today. The next day, I keep smelling gasoline. And I say to my host, I know we washed the car. Maybe we need to wash the tires. Maybe if the tires are smelling. It was a long road trip, 5 or 6 hours. Finally, I'm laying down in the back seat. If you can imagine, the seat is like this. I'm laying down in the back seat with my pillows, and I'm trying to get some sleep on this very dark, dusty, bumpy road all the way back to Accra. And the gasoline is just smelling stronger and stronger. And the next day, while an associate of mine and myself were looking at some equipment, our driver took the car up to the shop. They decided to take the back seat out. I go up there, what's the back seat out for? Because the fuel pump is right under where I'm sitting in the back seat. And they take the top off and gas is leaking out of the fuel pump. I'm thinking, sure I'm glad I didn't drop a joint down there today. And again I say, someone is watching over me. Recently my oldest son said, Dad, you know, you can't keep doing this. Eventually the law of averages are going to catch up with you. You should go to Mindanao. Kidnapping is a business. You go here, you go there. And you know, I plan to live another 43 years. That will put me at 103. I don't want to be like a man by the name of Joseph that called all his family in. He had this big family meeting, told all of his 12 sons what he expected of them, bade them good night, and then he just went to bed, drew his feet up beneath him, and died. What a way to go. But should something tragic occur, which may not in itself be tragic, I've lived a great life, a wonderful life, a fun, fulfilling life, and I'd rather go doing something I'm enjoying and helping somebody else, because through the process, I do know this, someone is watching over me. Thank you, Madam President.